Hey everyone, welcome back to Yoga with Brittany. My name is Brittany and today we are doing an energizing flow. If you are tighter in the back body and in the hamstrings, go ahead and grab a block or two. If not, I will meet you on your mat. So today we're actually going to start in a legs up the wall position. If you don't have a wall nearby, that's perfectly fine. I'm going to demo with out the wall. So make your way onto your back and then keep the neck long. You can do that by kind of tucking in the chin and just feeling that rather than having the chin pointed up, it's kind of pointed down. Check in with the length on the back body, and then you'll take your hands down to your sides. You can have your palms face down if you need a little bit more grounding, palms face up if you need a little bit more energy and a little bit more to receive. And then just start, my feet are going to be fuzzy from my socks that I just kicked off. Just start kicking your legs up one at a time. I'm going to call this kitty pawing. You know how cats kind of open and shut their paws and push on blankets and whatever's around them. I'm going to kind of kitty paw the air for a minute. Just waking up the legs. Starting to check in with your breath. And then we'll extend both heels up. And then I have a micro bend in my knees because my legs are just always extra tight. So checking in with the length in the back body. Keep your lower back on the mat. Keep your shoulders on the mat. If either one of them are coming up, that's a sign that you've gone too far. So just for a moment, we'll stay right here and breathe. Inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. One more time, inhale through the nose. Open mouth, let it go. This time we'll inhale through the nose. Keep your lips pressed together and exhale through the nose. And create a little bit of restriction in the back of your throat, like you're fogging up a mirror, but with your lips closed. Do that again, breathe in. And let it go. So I'm going to start to extend through my legs just a little bit more. Breathe in. And maybe start to draw your legs overhead just for a brief little plow pose. And then exhale, start to rock. Back and forth. The length of your spine. If it felt good to take that plow pose, do it again. And then we'll make our way to a tabletop. I have little fuzzies flying everywhere. I just kicked off the fuzziest socks ever, so I'm going to be dealing with that the whole time, it looks like. All right. Plant your palms directly underneath your shoulders. And then you want to hide your feet behind your knees so when you look back, you can't see them. Untuck the toes. Inhale to drop the belly. Lift the chin, lift the chest. And exhale, push everything away. Maybe even tuck the toes here. Inhale, drop the belly, spread the collarbones, look up. And exhale, press it all away. Go back to untucking the toes. Inhale one more time, drop the belly, lift the gaze, micro bend in the elbows. Give yourself some buoyancy. And exhale, press it all away. Good work. Inhale, we're going to bring this right knee a little bit closer to the middle of the mat so you can kick the left leg back. Check in with the hip points right away. Left hip point should be down in line with the right. And the way to check that is by taking your hand to your low back. You'll be able to feel if that left hip is lifted. So keep the left hip point down. You can tuck the right toes if that helps with your balance. Breathe in. On the exhale, reach it back and plant the ball of the left foot. Press back into that left heel for a calf stretch. Check in with the belly. Make sure we're not sagging too much. You can rock in and out if those calves are extra tight. Good. Start to kickstand the right leg out to the right side. And then peel this left arm up. Maybe take your gaze to your left hand or to the right if you need a little help with your balance. And if you're feeling good here, start to extend through that left heel, lifting from the outer thigh. Breathe in, and then kick into that left heel and grab a hold of the outside of the left ankle. So kick, 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 open up that left shoulder, breathe in. Slowly release your grip, extend through the left leg, and then let it land. Good work. You can take a cow-cat to reset the spine. Just go with your breath, and then we'll extend the right leg behind you. You can tuck the left toes if that helped with your balance. Check in with the right hip. Self-adjust if you need. You can, once you know what it feels like to have your hips in line, you should be able to do it without using your hand. I use my hand constantly to check my hips, so no shame in my game. Breathe in. And then plant the ball of the right foot. Press back into that right heel. Maybe rock in and out if that feels better. And then make your way to a table. Pick up that right leg and then kickstand the left foot out to the left. Start peeling that right hip and right hand open. You can take your gaze up for more of a challenge, or keep your gaze down at that left hand if that helps with your balance. Keep the core engaged here. Lift that right leg, spiking through the heel, and then start to kick the right foot back towards your bottom and grab the outside of the right ankle. Once you get a hold of it, kick it open. Kick the heel away from your bottom and feel that opening in the chest. Good, one more inhale. On the exhale, release your grip. Kick through that right leg, reach up, and then find your table. Good work. Inhale, belly down, chest lifts, collarbone spread. And exhale, tuck the toes, send the hips up and back, find down dog. All right. So especially if this is your first down dog of the day, it's our first down dog of the practice, take some time to check in with the legs. So I play around with shifting my weight from my left to my right and rolling out the ankles if they feel a little extra poppy today. They usually sound like pop rocks as soon as we get started, so they're feeling pretty good today. All right, once you woke up the back of the legs, press both heels towards the mat, even if they get nowhere near. Work on extending through the legs. If your heels are down and your legs are extended and you're feeling pretty good, lift all 10 toes towards your face. Exhale, breathe out, press your chest towards your thighs. One more inhale. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, come side to the toes. Bend your knees. Take your gaze where you're going to go and walk or hop to the top of your mat. Hang heavy. Inhale, half lift, reach the crown of your head forward, shoulders down the back. Exhale, fold. Again, breathe in, half lift. Shoulders and elbows reach back, crown of the head extends long. Exhale, fold. Last one, inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Take a soft bend in the knees, and I'm actually going to walk mine a little further apart and grab opposite elbows, hanging in ragdoll. So the key here is I want your belly to be close to your thighs. So if that means you're really bent in the legs, that's okay. We can start with a deep bend. Just let your head and neck be heavy. You can even sway side to side. And then if you're able to start to extend through the legs a little more, keep the belly glued to the thighs, the crown of the head hanging low, and then release your grip, breathe in, let it go, and then roll up the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Head and neck are the last to come up. When you get there, bring the shoulders up to the ears and down the back, mountain pose. Take a look at your feet. Spread your toes, plant them back into the mat, lift the kneecaps, tuck the pelvis, core engaged. Try to knit the ribs together, the low belly ribs, and shoulders down the back, palms open, facing forward. Spread through the collarbones, lift up through the crown of the head. This is a very strong pose. It's very powerful. So just feel the energy rising from the ground up. Soft bend in the knees. Sweep the arms high, extended mountain. And then exhale, forward fold. Keep length in the side body. Inhale, finds a half lift. Exhale, plants the hands. Take your left foot back. Inhale, adjust. I'm going to scoot my right leg forward. And then exhale, drops my left knee, untucks the toes. Inhale, arms up, Anjaneyasana or Kapyasana. Press the hips forward. Breathe and find a bit of a back bend. And then start to cactus the arms. Let the heart radiate upwards. Breathe in. And then on the exhale, shift the hips back. Plant the hands under the shoulders. Half split. Good work. Inhale finds that low lunge. Exhale, half split. One more. Inhale, low lunge. And exhale, half split. We'll stay here this time, finding a half lift. Reach forward with your chest and exhale, fold a little deeper. Pull that right hip crease back, shooting the left hip crease forward. Again, you can check with your hands if the hips are level here. Breathe in. And then start to walk the hands forward to frame this right foot. Tuck the left toes, pick up the left knee. Keep the left hand planted as you shoot this right arm high, twisted lunge. Start to draw the inner thighs together, spiking through this right heel, getting strong in your foundation, and then rise on up, right arm back, left arm forward, twisted lunge. Breathe in, and then drop the right hand, left arm sweeps high, exalted crescent. One more inhale, find a back bend. On the exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame this right foot, and then step the right foot back to meet the left. Inhale, shifts the body forward. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, shine the chest upwards, untuck the toes, keep the knees and thighs lifted as long as this feels okay on your back. And exhale, lead with the hips, down dog. All right, breathe in. Exhale, let it go. One more inhale. Exhale, let it go. Plant the right foot, sweep the left leg high, three-legged dog, and then open up the hip. You can keep the leg extended here. And then on the exhale, start to bend into that left knee. See if you can't open it a little further. Feel that stretch in the left thigh or the front of the left hip crease. And then exhale, plant the left foot in between the hands, followed by the right. Sorry, my headphone was falling out. All right, inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. One more time. Breathe in. Fill up the lungs. Exhale, fold. Soft bend in the knees. Inhale, rise, extended mountain. And exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, half lift. Exhale, plants the hands. Right foot back. Inhale. I use this inhale to always adjust my legs before I drop the knee. And as you'll notice, I stayed up on my finger pads. This helps me lift through the chest, lift through the chin. So strong in the legs. Exhale begins to drop the right knee. Untuck the toes. Inhale, sweeps the arms up. Anjaneyasana. So bring those biceps in close to the ears. Activate through the fingertips. Press the hips forward. Maybe take your gaze up. And then cactus the arms. Lift that chest a little more. This is intense, I know. Breathe in. On the exhale, shift the hips back. Toes towards your face. Plant the hands. Inhale, deep lunge forward. Exhale, walk the hands back. Inhale, walk them forward. Exhale, walk them back. Inhale finds a half lift, and then readjust through the legs. So pull the outer edge of the foot back towards your face. Maybe press the left toe mound forward. That'll help square off the hip as you fold a little deeper. Ooh, yeah. You may notice a little extra rounding in your back today. That's okay if you're feeling extra tight. Just try to pull those shoulders back, chest towards your toes. Now walk your hands forward to frame that left foot. Tuck the right toes, pick up the right knee. Keep the right hand planted as you peel this left arm high. Breathe in, start to hug the inner thighs together, get strong in the legs, and then come on up to a twisted crescent lunge. So you're on the ball of the right foot. Yeah, that right hip is fired up as it's shooting forward. Left hip is pulling back. Left shoulder is opening to the back room. Inhale. Exhale, drops the left hand. Right arm comes up and over. Exalted crescent. I'm losing my balance. Whew. Keep the bend in the left knee really nice and deep. And then cartwheel the hands down to frame that left foot. Left foot steps back to meet the right. Inhale, shifts the body forward. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale to up dog. We're going to stay here for just a minute, so keep the knees lifted, keep the thighs lifted, as long as it's okay with your back. If you need a little bit more space, you can scoot your legs out a little bit further away from each other, and that should help with the crunching in the low back. Breathe in. And then let's kind of ping pong our hips left and right. So dip a hip and then dip the other hip. Just roll it side to side. And your legs, one of them can come down to kind of deepen this if this feels okay. And then start to lift through the toes, lift through the knees, lift through the thighs. Lead with the hips. Down dog. Good. Breathe in. Open mouth, exhale. And then walk your hands back to meet your feet at the back of your mat. Take your toes out, your heels in, and slide your hips down an imaginary wall. Get your hips under you as you bring your hands to heart center. Malasana squat, lifting through the chest, spreading the collarbones. Spiking through the heels, trying to get your hips under you. Breathe in, feel that fresh energy, fresh blood flow, fresh oxygen just being sent through the body. If you're doing an energizing flow, I'm going to assume it's the beginning or maybe midday. So just feel your body preparing to take on whatever it is you have to take on today. Start to spike through the heels, and then inhale, sweeps the arms high. Exhale to lower. One more time. Inhale, spike through the heels to stand. And exhale down through center. Good work. Start to wiggle your toes. Well, back to the middle and then stand up. I kind of prematurely stood up, so sorry about that. Inhale, bring your arms up. Find a little bit of a back bend, and then exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Good work. We're going to find stork pose. So we're going to bring the arms up and then bring that right leg with you. All right, so drop the right hip so that it's in line with the left, and we're flexing through the right foot, keeping that right foot active, strong in the standing leg. Arms are reaching up. Breathe in. Right thigh is working its way to parallel towards the mat. One more inhale. And if you're feeling pretty good and want to take this a little bit further, option to stay here, of course, we're going to wrap all 10 fingers underneath this right foot. Start to bring that right knee up, extending through your standing leg. If this is completely inaccessible to you, you can use a strap here, or you can just take your hands underneath that right thigh and stay right like this. If you're ready for more, interlace all 10 fingers underneath that right foot. Breathe in. And then extend through that right leg, kicking the heel towards the front edge of your mat. Plug that right hip back into the hip bone here, so pull it back. Breathe in. And then on the exhale, if you're still feeling pretty good, we'll bend through the elbows. Start drawing those toes towards your face. And if at any point you feel ready to bring your nose to your knee, bring your nose to your knee. One more inhale. And then we'll bend into that right knee. Come back to stork, arms up. Readjust. Signal that left leg is talking to you. Take your left hand to the outside of that right knee and pull the right arm back. Woo. Good work. Work on getting that right hip forward, right shoulder back, open through the chest. And then sweep the arms up one more time for stork. And then exhale, start to forward fold, kicking that right leg up behind you, standing splits. Or if you're anything like me, it's going to look more like a standing L. So widen your hands. That'll help you get a little bit deeper into this fold. Check in with the hips. Drop that right hip down, lifting the right leg from the inner thigh. Kick that right heel overhead. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. Get a little deeper into this fold. Kick, kick, kick. And then slowly let that right foot land. Good work. Forward fold. Inhale finds a half lift. Crown of head extends long. And exhale, drop the belly towards the thighs. We're going to take our peace sign fingers around our big toe and then draw the elbows away from you out to the sides. Again, have whatever kind of bend in your knees feels beneficial to you. Let the head and neck hang heavy. And as you're here for a little bit longer, extend through the legs whenever you feel ready, whenever your body feels warm enough to do so. Let it go. Come off of your hands if you're on them. Slowly roll up the spine. That helps. If you're anything like me, you get a little bit lightheaded, especially as you get moving. Could be dehydrated, could be anemia, who knows. We're going to breathe. Slowly roll up. That'll help with the lightheadedness. All right, inhale, sweep the arms up high. Bring that left leg with you, stork pose. Flexing through the left foot, spiking down through that heel, keeping the leg lifted, and then check in with the hips. Try to keep them square here. Knit those lower ribs, shoulders away from ears. Breathe in. Exhale. If you're ready to go further, interlace all 10 fingers underneath that left foot. Again, the option to interlace under the thigh is always there. Breathe in. If you're ready, extend through that left leg. It's okay if this leg has a deep bend in it. That's fine. Just extend it to your ability, and then start drawing those left toes towards your face, squeezing the elbows towards the left calf and down. If at any point you feel ready to bring your nose to your knee, standing head to knee pose, do so. I always lose the strength in my right leg, so I'm trying to remind myself to extend and then slowly bend into that left knee, arms back up, stork pose, and then twist. Right hand comes to the outside of the left knee, left arm scoops back, open through the chest, draw that left shoulder open. Inhale, arms up, stork. Exhale, standing splits or standing L. Take it slow. Whew. The wider your hands are here, the deeper you'll be able to get into this fold, kicking that left heel overhead. And then try to keep that left hip from rolling open. Keep it pointed down, lifting from the inner left thigh. Breathe in. Stay for the exhale, get a little deeper. And then slowly let it land. Good work. Inhale finds a half lift. Exhale, fold. This time we're going to step on our hands, so tuck your hands underneath your feet. Get your toes to your wrist creases. And then start to draw the elbows out to the sides, dropping your belly to your thighs, head and neck hanging heavy. If this one does not feel good to you and you want to go back to one of the other forward fold variations we took, remember this is your practice and your body. One more inhale. Exhale gets a little deeper. And then we'll come off of our hands. And this time we'll walk the hands forward to down dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, right leg high. And then open the hip. We'll keep the leg extended for just a moment. And then we'll bend into that right knee. And see if you can open that hip a little more. Good work. Breathe in. Exhale, plants the right foot in between the hands, followed by the left. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale comes all the way up. Watch your fingers as they touch. And exhale, fold. Breathe in, half lift. Exhale, plants hands. Take step, hop, or jump all the way back to a high plank. Inhale, shifts the body forward. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale to your upward facing dog. And exhale, down dog. Good work. Start to straight-legged walk, so keep the hips lifted as you walk to the top of your mat. And then we'll find a seat. Whew. Extend your legs out long in front of you. Sorry, my ears must have shrunk because these headphones aren't sticking in very, very good today. All right, so remove the flesh from under your sit bones. That'll help you sit up a little taller. You can have any sort of blanket rolled up underneath your knees if that helps. Just sit here for a moment and breathe. A lot of times we take for granted even how sitting like this can be a lot for the back body. So if you're sitting like this, Send yourself a little gratitude. If you're not able to, put something underneath your hips, so like a pillow or a block, and you work your way to being able to sit like this comfortably. All right, we're gonna take our right leg and just kind of scoot it out towards the right edge of your mat, not all the way, just a little bit. And then bring your left foot in to your inner right thigh, rather. Sitting up nice and tall. Our legs look a little bit like a tree, if we were standing in a tree pose. Inhale the arms up. Extend through the chest, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, turn your torso over that right leg and fold. Inhale finds a half lift. Reach your chest towards your toes. Exhale, fold. See if you can get a little deeper. One more time, half lift. Exhale, fold. Feel the right leg opening up. And then slowly start to walk your hands and your upper body up. And we're going to take this left hand, plant it behind us. And then we're going to inhale, sweep this right arm up and back. We're going to come kind of onto that left shin or the left knee. It's like a mini wild thing here as you reach the right arm back. Work on opening up the chest and pressing up through the hips. And then exhale, sweep that right arm around towards the right foot. Left arm's going to come up and over this time. If you don't get anywhere near those right toes, that's okay. Just feel this stretch in the left side body. If your left hip starts lifting up off the mat, you'll know you've gone too far. This right arm can come to the left thigh as you get a little bit deeper. Try to keep that left shoulder pulled back, rotating your chest and your gaze up towards the ceiling. And then slowly come back out. All right, put your body on straight. Take your legs out long. Shake them out. And we'll take it to the other side. Sit up nice and tall. Reaching up with your chest. Remove the flesh from underneath your sit bones if that is necessary for you. And then we're going to scoot the left leg out towards the left corner of the mat and then pull this right foot in. So again, tree legs, sitting nice and tall. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, turns your torso over that left leg. And then start to find a fold. Inhale, finds a half lift. And exhale, fold. One more time. Half lift, chest towards the toes. And exhale, fold. You can take whatever arm variation is accessible for you. So if you can interlace your fingers underneath this left foot, or if you'd rather them down on either side of the leg, you can even take your hands and give yourself a little bit of a lift if that feels better for you today. Wherever you are, breathe. Your body's warm. It's ready to be stretched. Hopefully feels a little more energetic and energized. And slowly start to walk your body up. Plant this right arm directly behind you, fingers pointing away from the body. Inhale, sweeps this left arm up and lift the hips. It's a mini wild thing. Open the chest, roll the chest towards the ceiling, pressing through the hips. And then exhale, sweep this left arm around. And then right arm up and over. If you've got a hold of your toes, don't forget to pull that right shoulder open, gaze up. If you're more like this, same thing. Keep the chest open. Try to create some space in the neck by lifting the chin. And then slowly roll yourself out of that. All right, take your legs out long. Shake them out. I'm going to scoot back on my mat. And then we're going to take an energizing back bend. So option to take a bridge or a wheel. If you have a block and you would like to practice bridge with a prop or some like really sturdy Tupperware, anything that is going to give you some support to slide up underneath your hips. If you would take a more restorative bridge, you can do so. Plant your feet and scoot your hips up to your heels. If you want to take the long way around. You can engage the core and slowly lower to your mat. Going a little bit slower than you want to. Okay, and then when you get there, we're going to take our feet about hips width distance and bring your heels closer to your bottom. So you want to be able to graze your heels with your hands, but not really grab a hold of your feet. If they're way up here, it's going to be a little too close. So be able to reach down towards your heels, and then we're going to rock a little bit to the right so we can tuck our left arm under us, and rock a little bit to the left so we can tuck the right arm under us just a little bit. You'll be able to feel some compression in the arms. Breathe in. Let it go. Inhale to set up. Start lifting through the hips, pressing down through the arms, and then pretend like you have a block or an apple in between the thighs. So you're actively drawing the inner thighs together. You're pressing through the arms that are on your mat. If you have a block and it's underneath your hips here, you can rest. If not, really spike through those heels and lift, lift, lift. Feel that restriction in the throat. It's so good for your thyroid. One more exhale. Lift a little higher, spike through those heels. And then on the exhale, release vertebrae by vertebrae. Now again, if a full wheel is in your practice, or if you have another back bend variation you would like to take, you can go ahead and take that now. Then for the rest of us, we're going to take our feet a little bit wider than hips width distance this time, and then just windshield wiper your legs left and right. Good work. All right, bring your knees or your feet back to hips width distance. Check in with the back of the neck. Make sure it's nice and long. Keep the chin tucked in, shoulders down on the mat, and then we'll bring both knees into your chest. We're going to hug our knees into you. So if you are able to grab the over top of the shins, you can. If this is a little bit too much, if you feel your back coming off the mat, then release that grip and grab underneath the thighs. But hug those knees in, take your nose to your knees, squeeze into a tiny ball. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. One more inhale, squeeze as hard as you can. And then exhale, slowly unravel, taking your legs out long. Let me scoot back on my mat one more time. And then arms out long to your sides, palms face up. Back of the neck is nice and long. If you liked the way that compression felt during your bridge, you can rock your arms under you a little bit. Compression is good for the lymphatic system and blood flow. So give yourself a little bit of compression here. And I'd like to welcome you to stay here for as long as you like. If you feel like that should complete your practice for today and you're feeling nice and energized, good. Me too. Take my arms overhead. I welcome you to stay as long as you'd like. And if you are finished, thank you so much for practicing with me. Please like and subscribe and give me any feedback. Constructive criticism is always welcomed. Thank you so much for being here. Namaste.